I've eaten so many things off the floor. Like, some people eat ass, you know what I mean?
Yeah!
Woo! Wow! That's right, Jacqi! Hello and welcome, beautiful people. Today we are doing an awesome video. We are doing Are You Smarter Than? But it's not just Are You Smarter Than anything, it's Are You Smarter Than a Magic 8 Ball? Yeah, we all know the Magic 8 Ball, one of the most popular toys of the 80s, 90s, O's, 10s?
When we were
20s.
alive.
You know it, you shake it and it tells you answers. And the point of the game today is to see, not just are you smarter than a Magic 8 Ball, but can you also guess what the Magic 8 Ball will predict?
Yes.
Oh.
Yes.
Yes.
This is a mixture of not just book smarts, but now some psychic smarts.
My ancestors are on my side, so I feel good.
Today's competition will have 3 rounds in it. Each round will consist of different questions. Some will be asking for advice. Others will be similar, but asking, should I make this choice or another choice in a situation? You'll see what it is. Let's just go into it.
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah.
And remember, subscribe, click that notification bell, because you want to see what we do. We do awesome videos here on Smosh Pit, also on our main channel, Smosh and Smosh Games. So if you're here, you should be subscribed to all of them.
You're here, family.
You're here, your family. This is called Asking Anyone. This round is asking for advice. Similar people in the past would sometimes write into news columns to get advice, then later onto online message boards. These are all things that the 8 Ball can do as well. So I will be asking you. I arrived late to a dinner party and didn't order as much as everyone else, but the table still wanted to split the check. Do I insist everyone pays their own share? It's a good question. It's a good question for the 8 Ball.
You said you went to Olive Garden?
Yeah. Personally, I would choose Buca de Beppo.
Okay.
All right. Answers have been locked in. Jacqi, please reveal your answer.
Okay. I said yes. Because we are on a budget, okay? Like, we can't, if someone ordered a steak and you only had water and maybe a side bowl of chicken noodle soup, it would be very overwhelming and it would make you very angry if you had to pay that bill. I'm not saying that happened to me, but I'm just saying, yes, you should have them split the bill.
All right,
Yeah.
thank you. Olivia.
I wrote no.
Wow. And why?
I erased it because I guess I wasn't supposed to explain it on the whiteboard, but I said no because it's Akko Taco.
No, because of Akko Taco?
Yeah.
Especially if someone ordered a Choco Taco.
Exactly.
And
Extra
Akko, okay.
Akko.
Shane, what did you say?
I mean, look, specifics are needed for this, but I did write no because you still did order, you still made that choice, and you're gonna make a lot of work for everyone else to then make this a whole thing just because you showed up late.
I think
Don't get
that's
involved.
valid.
Don't get involved.
Sounds like some people are balling at this table.
Look, at the very least, at that point, I'd be like, if I was truly in that situation, and I didn't want to pay, I'd be like, hey, can I Venmo someone?
Right,
You know,
yeah.
That's what I would
right,
do, but
you're
we
right.
don't have that option on the table.
Let's see what the 8 Ball has to say. As I see it, yes!
Dang!
Jacqi!
Dang it.
1 point! Wow.
Wow, I think Jacqi is gonna win this.
Especially if we
straight
stop the game now.
All right, we've got a lot of food-related questions.
Great.
You know, that's what the Magic 8 Ball is for. A lot of social and eating situations.
Bring it to Chili's with me.
Our server at dinner was just the worst. Like, we literally saw them spit in our food. Should we still tip them? Now again, these are questions asked of an 8 Ball that we're now asking of you. I'm gonna be honest, if you saw the server spit in the food, I think they wanted you to see it.
Yeah,
And
did they
that's
do it
odd.
in front of you?
Yeah.
Here's your fajitas.
And that's just Baja Fresh.
And it stops
yeah.
smoking. And
Yeah, they cool it off, it's too
they
hot.
cool it off. They were just trying to help you out.
Yeah. All right, we have our answers locked in. We're gonna start with Olivia this round. Please reveal your answer.
Yes.
Yes, you still tip. You think you
Yeah.
should still tip? All right. And you drew, is that the server or is that you?
Me. I wrote yes because I feel like maybe they were having a bad day.
Wow, that's really considerate of you. Shane.
I wrote, it is highly doubtful. Look, I will tip no matter how bad things are, unless I see them literally spit in my food.
Maybe they're
That's
having
a
a bad
step
day.
too far. No, that's actually a crime. So up till then, you can I've had servers be so rude or just like upset, and I'm just like, I understand your job is stressful. You're probably going through a lot, and this is like your breaking point. I'm fine with that. But don't spit in my food.
Jacqi.
So I went with maybe, because I was a server, and if the reason why the server needs to spit in the food, it's a relationship, right? So like, what did you do to provoke them to spit in the food? Because
True.
Like if you were being rude, like no one's ready to just spit in some soup.
Right.
So I mean, maybe you deserve the special sour cream that they put in your soup. I don't know.
Wow.
Special sour cream.
Oh my goodness.
Ew.
Let's see what the Magic 8 Ball has to say about that. What do? Do we still tip? Signs point to yes!
Yeah!
It looks like you still tip.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's fine.
All right, on to the next question. So, a person I've had a crush on for a long time is moving away, and I'll never see them again. Do I tell them my true feelings before it's too late to let them know my true feelings? This is a hard question. I mean, now you just do long distance. Write them a note. There's like 10 Netflix movies about that. All right, everyone's answer is in. We're gonna start with Shane.
Said ask again later.
Again later.
Because you know what? Let them, like, if they're for sure moving, like, this matters to them where they're going. Maybe they're going to a great college that matters, or something like that. They have a job opportunity. You can still bring it up once they move. It's not like you can't talk to them on social media or whatever. If they're down for a long distance thing, then ask them once they're already there. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
That's
pretty smart. Jacqi, what do you have to say?
I said yes immediately.
Aww.
I did do this. I confessed my feelings for someone. The catch though was I really thought I was gonna book this thing in New York and have to move there. I'm clearly not in New York, so I still have to say it was very freeing. I'd say yes. I believe in love.
That's amazing.
See, I feel like this proves my point.
Olivia, what do you have to say?
I immediately said no.
No.
Yeah, just because, they're moving away. And, what's the point? Mm-hmm. You'll find someone else here.
And then she drew a very long baby.
Yeah, can we see that? Do you mind holding that up real quick for the...
It's a grown man. It's my boyfriend.
And that's
Sam?
Yeah.
Let's see what the Magic 8 Ball has to say. And, as I see it, yes.
But, you're not with the person right now.
Wow.
As far as I see it, that Magic 8 Ball is single and not doing so good.
Let's move on to the next question. So we're still asking for advice. This person has some very specific advice they would like. My roommate keeps eating my food and doesn't replace it or say anything to me. Should I say something? So again, these are all anonymous people asking for advice, and someone has a roommate that apparently is eating all their food but doesn't mention that they're going to be eating the food. Should they bring it up? All right. Our answers are locked in. Jacqi.
I said no.
No.
And maybe they need food, Maybe they're really needing food, and that's why I don't know. Maybe they just need food, and that's why they're eating all your food.
That's really nice of you and considerate to think about, but you're delivering it I kind of think your roommate might be an alien.
They might need food.
They might need food.
Right. Thank you for your answer. Olivia.
I said no.
Oh.
I love sharing food. You guys know me. I always love sharing food.
Even though you like sides and others like proteins, though. Thank you. Shane.
Now, the question wasn't asking to tell them to stop. It was saying to bring it up to them.
Mm-hmm.
So I
say
said,
something?
I said, yes, communication is key. Jacqi, you were even saying, maybe this is the situation. Well, you're going to find out the situation if you talk to them.
Wait, am I so rude because I go to my friends' homes and I just open their fridge and I eat their food?
Well, if there's 2 items in the fridge, you definitely
Especially the fact that you're breaking into their house.
Yeah.
Well, no, I only do that with my best friends and they come and do that in my house too.
that's fine.
Oh, that's
fine.
different.
Mm-hmm.
Look, if you have an agreement, if you have an understanding, it's totally fine. That's what I'm saying. Let's make an understanding here. Let's make an agreement here as opposed to just secretly doing it.
I get so happy when people are so comfortable in my fridge. I actually feel so flattered and honored that they are so comfortable where they can just eat my food.
Let's see what the Magic 8 Ball has to say. The Magic 8 Ball says, without a doubt, Shane,
Okay.
you get a point.
Okay.
That's
what the
right.
freaking heck?
We have our Final question of round 1. A family member I see at annual family gatherings is posting some wild stuff on social media. Do I unfollow them but risk them bringing up a post they made next time I see them?
I got my answer down.
Okay. All right, our answers are locked in. Olivia, let's see your answer.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Wow. So you're saying that you should unfollow them?
Yes.
All right.
But you have to know the consequences.
Yes.
That it might get awkward when you meet them in the future.
Yes. But if you hate that post so much and you're willing to just unfollow, then that's your choice.
Shane, what is your answer?
Answer is uncertain.
Oh.
Look, it depends. The adjective wild doesn't necessarily. It's tough. Like is that awful stuff? Because sure, if they're posting like anti-vax stuff, I'll unfollow them. Or a lot of people could also say you could mute them. Yeah, I wonder if the 8 Ball might possibly say that.
We'll see. Jacqi, what is your answer?
I went with yes.
Yes.
There are some issues I think you could fight your family about.
Yeah, you can.
Yes.
Yep.
All right.
Yes. I fought some family members.
We all had.
Let's see what the Magic 8 Ball has to say. Should you unfollow them? Without a doubt, another yes.
God,
Look at that. The Magic 8 Ball is loving the yeses today. And that is the end of round 1. Before we head into round 2, let's check on everyone's scores. Jacqi, you have 3 points.
Hell yeah.
Olivia, you have 2 points. And Shane, you have 1 point. All right, so round 2 is called In a Pickle. In this round, I'm going to be asking you questions. Some people are going to want advice. They're going to be stuck between a rock and a hard place, a difficult situation where there's really only 2 paths. So you're going to help them choose. All right, here we go. The first question. You're reading a book only to discover it's a book about your life. You get to the point where you are now in the book. Do you turn the page to read on knowing that you can't change the events to come? It's a hard question.
Yeah.
That's why it's reserved for Magic 8 Balls. I think that's hard. Would I want to know my future if I couldn't change it?
So I said
Oh my
no.
God.
It needs to be unwritten. Natasha Bedingfield.
Yes.
I would not, but because it's also probably going to be boring as hell, because it's going to be just like, Shane's reading this book. And I keep reading it, and just keep saying like, you're reading it.
Yeah.
You're reading it. You're reading it.
Shane's loving that book. All right, Olivia, what is your answer?
I wrote no. I like surprises.
So you just don't want to know?
I don't want to know because then I can't know it. That's why this whole 8 Ball game is just so spooky for me.
Understandable.
Don't you do witchcraft?
No.
Come on. Jacqi, what is your answer?
Aren't you a witch?
Yeah.
We had this conversation. I'm like, you told me what your friends do in the.
Shut up.
I said no.
No.
Yeah, I think it should be unwritten. Just
Yeah,
like
Natasha Bedingfield.
Natasha Bedingfield.
Right. So these words are my own.
So that was 3 no's.
Yes.
Wow.
No.
Let's see what the Magic Ball has to say. And the Magic 8 Ball says, signs point to yes! Yo,
Come on!
you should have known this. I thought you were psychics.
I'm not Damien.
No one here is psychic. Only one witch. It's not me.
Alrighty, and let's go. Question 2 in round 2. 2-2. You are innocently walking in a forest and you find a briefcase with $1 million and a piece of paper stained with blood with a single word. Don't. Should you take the briefcase? Yeah. Now these are all real things submitted to us for us to get advice on.
Submitted by Kiana?
Yes. She's actively in a forest right now, waiting our answer. So okay, we're waiting for everyone to lock in their answers. 3, 2, 1. I added the counting because I can do that. Alrighty, Olivia, reveal your answer.
My answer is no.
No, you don't take the briefcase.
No, there's blood on it.
Oh, you don't want any blood disease?
No, what if this is bad money?
That's a good thought.
Can't
That's a good
take
thought. Jacqi.
Same. Blood money. I do believe in unless you sage it first, sage the $1 million, but also more money, more problems, right?
That is true. That is true. Shane.
Look, there is no doubt that this money is cursed, and that if I take it, there are going to be evil forces, humans or possibly supernatural, coming after me. And you know what? They can chase me in my new Tesla. Because all signs point to yes.
Amazing. Let's see what the Magic 8 Ball has to say.
My Tesla here.
Yes. And the Magic 8 Ball says, most likely. We'll take that as a yes.
Yeah!
Okay.
See, 8
Wow.
Ball knows what's up. See, we're gonna be doing those.
That's a point for Shane.
Greg got my cocaine joke.
Question number 3. If offered a job where you get $30,000 per week just to sit in a pitch black room by yourself and do nothing for 8 hours, would you take it?
Do I want to go to jail for $30,000?
Does everyone have their answer?
I have my answer.
All right.
I have my answer.
Jacqi, we're gonna start with you.
I said no because I don't know when I would have to stop spending 8 hours a day inside this place, and so I need time to live my life. I guess, is that sleeping time? I say no. The whole thing sounds a little
it could be
shady.
sleeping time.
A little dark.
Olivia?
I said no because but then you brought up the sleeping time.
Yeah.
So what
That
if
is a
we're
good point.
sleeping?
You
Yeah.
could sleep for those 8 hours.
That's true.
I would
Shane?
imagine there's no bed in there or anything. I doubt it's comfy. Look, I know the 8 Ball's probably gonna say yes, but I said no because solitary confinement like that can have serious ramifications on your mental health.
But $30,000 a week could also have serious ramifications on your mental health.
But that's every day.
Forever.
I can't even take
no.
trips because I gotta go to that room every day.
Yeah, and then you
Yeah.
have to explain to people like, why are you in a room for 8 hours in the
Be
dark?
like, it's for $30K a week, and you'd be like, can I join?
Yeah, let's go in together.
No, I couldn't do that. Like,
Wow.
that's rough. That's real rough.
Let's see what the Magic 8 Ball says. And the Magic 8 Ball's advice is, ask again later.
God damn it! Oh, now we ask again later.
Yeah, the Magic 8 Ball's not sure. It's got to sit on it. We are on our final question of round 2. The donut you were eating has dropped on the floor, and it touched the floor for literally 2 seconds. No more, no less. Do you pick it up and eat it? You know, it's a good question. When I was a kid, I wanted to believe in, the 5-second rule, the 3-second rule. But the truth is that it's immediate contact causes bacteria transfer.
Oh.
And just having it longer just increases the chance for more to happen. So it's just immediate, and there's no way to avoid it. All right. Our answers are locked in. Shane, we're starting with you. Reveal your answer.
Yes, bro. Now it's an everything bagel, and that's awesome.
Holy moly. Holy moly.
Oh, God.
That's disgusting. Olivia, what is your answer?
Yes,
All right.
absolutely. I love it, and you should eat it.
Okay.
I will eat it. I think that's happened before. I've eaten so many things off the floor. Like, some people eat ass, you know what I mean?
Comment down below what you think about that. Let us know. Let us know. Hey, is there a 2-second rule on ass? Let me know.
Me and Lightning Krispy Kreme. Anybody here eat ass?
Jacqi, what is your answer?
I said ask again later because I would like to know whose house, whose floor it is. Because Olivia keeps her floors really clean, so I would eat off of her floor.
Yeah.
But some friends with cats, I would.
Like she whispered it, I think actually low enough that you won't hear it.
No, Greg knows what she is.
Yeah.
Depends what floor.
Okay. I think it's a valid answer.
And by floor,
Let's see what
she
the
means
8 Ball says. And the Magic 8 Ball says, don't count on it. No. That's a good answer, Magic 8 Ball. Don't eat stuff off the floor. Unless, you really are hungry. That's your only food and you're hungry.
That 8 Ball
eat
is
it.
so down for a lot of crazy shit.
Yeah.
But as soon as a donut touches the floor, it's like, whoa, let's think about this.
All right, and as we go into our final round, we are going to get a point tally. Jacqi, you are still at 3 points. Olivia, 2 points. Yes. Shane as well, 2 points. So this is a close race. And because I'm in charge and I can do this, every question is now worth 2 points.
Hell yeah.
Okay, just cause it's double. Double the double. Here we go. This is called Trust Your Gut. So you're gonna have 10 seconds to write down your answer.
Okay.
Now this, I want you to use your own psychic premonitions. Here we go. The first question. If Jurassic Park was real, would you visit it? 10 seconds. All right, everyone locked in? 3, 2, 1. Jacqi, we're starting with you.
No.
Jacqi gave a No.
With the dinosaurs? No. Did you see how that jello was jiggling it? No.
Olivia.
I wrote yes.
Yes, and you also wrote Merry Christmas?
Yeah, oops.
Well, we don't know when this is releasing.
No, yes, absolutely. I would love to go there. So cool.
Even knowing how it might go down?
Yes, I live for that drama.
Shane.
Without a doubt. Look,
Without a doubt.
no matter how bad it gets, it can't be as bad as Six Flags.
Let's see what the Magic 8 Ball says. If Jurassic Park was real, should you go to it? As I see it, yes!
Yay!
Look at that.
We're tied.
No, you're not. You've got 4 points. Shane's got 4 points. Jacqi has 3 points.
Nice.
Yeah,
We're
double,
not
double
tied.
points.
You're tied with me.
Double points.
Ah.
All right, trust your gut. You have 10 seconds to answer.
Okay.
Are aliens real? 7 seconds. 3, 2, 1. All right, answers are locked in. We're starting with Olivia.
Yes, yes.
And a smiley face. Yes, yes, smiley face.
Absolutely. There's one sitting among us right now.
Shane.
I said ask again later. You know, there's a lot of crazy stuff out there, but still need more information on if it's specifically aliens. Could also be humans from the future.
Jacqi, what's your answer?
Yeah.
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 All right, we got a yeah.
Yeah. There's just the government, you know?
Yeah, dude.
Magic 8 Ball, are aliens real? Outlook not so good.
Finally a no?
Yeah, that's
It's
a
not
no.
aliens?
No aliens. Next question. This one is very important. This might be the most important question yet.
Okay.
Remember, you have 10 seconds to answer. Am I pretty? Everyone answer? We've got 3 seconds. 2,
Why are you
1.
laughing
We're
at me?
starting with Jacqi.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you so much. Oh, that's really sweet.
Oh.
Thank you. That's really kind. Olivia.
Oh my God. Sorry, I wrote no. But I didn't realize like you're asking about you,
Yeah.
so I made it about me again.
Oh,
What?
wow.
I don't know, because I just think that I'm not really going by facts. I'm just gonna go by what this 8 Ball is gonna say.
Good reason. That's a good reason. Shane.
I said yes.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
That's really
You're
kind.
very handsome.
Yeah, but am I pretty, Olivia?
No.
Magic 8 Ball, am I pretty? It is certain. That is a yes. Jacqi and Shane, 2 points each.
Yes.
Sorry, Olivia.
Yes.
You are pretty.
Thank you. That's really
Remember how we think that you look like this one person?
Yeah, there's one person. All right, contestants. This is the final question. And as the final question, it is worth 5 points.
Whoa.
Yeah, 5-point question. Does free will exist? All right, you've got 5 seconds remaining. 3, 2, 1. All right, I want to see these answers. And we are starting with Jacqi.
I said no.
No?
Yeah.
Elaborate.
You know, like maybe I'm a person that believes in like the power of the universe and like other stuff, you know, that might be like controversial to talk about. I don't know, that maybe people believe in it, people don't, but I mean, maybe I have, maybe, I don't know, maybe I have like faith and stuff, so maybe I already feel like, I don't know, my future's like destined and like there was a plan for me and stuff, so I don't know, my answer's no, but it's a YouTube video, so maybe I can have a chance to go again.
Olivia, what is your answer?
I said, ask again, get off my lawn.
Wow. So these are now speech bubbles. It's now their answer?
He's like, ask me again, get off my lawn.
Shane, does free will exist?
I said all signs point to yes.
Wow, all signs point to yes?
Yeah, I think. Look, probably not, but I'm gonna say all signs point to yes. If free will didn't exist, why would I be doing the dumb I'm doing, right?
Right.
This is some free willy.
Yeah.
There's some free will.
Free willy.
All right, let's see. Magic 8 Ball, does free will exist? Yes. That is 5 points for Shane.
I am as smart as an 8 ball.
Yes. And if you enjoyed this video, you can see other videos exactly like it. I'm looking at the wide, but I could also look at the close because we've got many cameras like we've got many videos. Ha ha ha. There's 2 here that you can click. There's one here and there's one here. And if you click it, it makes me happy. And if you don't, I cry. I cry. We're gonna
Like
have
and
to do this
subscribe.
again. Thanks, Shane. Hey, the outlook is likely that you'll like and subscribe to watch other videos just like this one. That's right. All signs point to yes. You should click the video to the left. And maybe ask again later in the comments.
Yeah. Oh, I like the way you tied it